God, that was loud. I was listening on my stream. I was like, God, that was loud. My bad, sir. Okay. Oh, goodness. Hello everybody. Welcome to the Hangout Show. This is a experimental podcast and talk show thing I kind of made up. So hope everybody enjoy your time here today. Our guest is the one, the only, Aeolus the Wizard. Is that the correct title?
That is correct. And hello everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Oh God, you can actually put your glasses. What the heck?
I can. I have powers.
You have powers beyond me. I have my hands, but my hands are just kind of hanging there, literally. It's like, look at this. I'm just hanging.
You're doing your best. That's all that matters.
Yeah, like even my chair doesn't really move. Like, but those are expensive stuff. I don't have the budget yet. This is all a set, so everybody don't worry. We're not somewhere expensive. This is just me sitting in my room and Aeolus sitting in this room as well.
We're just hanging in our rooms.
Yes, we are just hanging. Hopefully everybody having a nice day and all that. We do have some hopefully tonight's what do you call that? Like tonight's stuff would be entertaining. I just suddenly forgot what I tried to say in English. Why do I want to be a talk show host? I can't talk normally in English.
And it's good practice. It's good practice.
Yes, it is good practice. But before we start, how are you doing, Aeolus? It's been a while. We haven't hung out for a bit since the last Helldiver.
I'm doing fairly well. Just trying to get through life. I did have a bit of a scare 2 days ago, if you want to talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, I'm definitely interested now. The more you speak, the more content I get.
There you go. You just need a guest that's as confident as you.
Oh, yes, definitely. But yeah, so what happened and what scared you?
Okay, so I have 3 cats, and I'm actually a homeowner. And on Halloween, after I got back from work, I came home to find that my front door was wide open.
Oh, what the
Yes. Now, of course, naturally, a lot of people's first impression is, oh my god, somebody broke into my house. My first thought was, my fur children are gone.
Yeah, I was like,
my babies!
Yeah, as a dog owner, I'm like, if the door's open, it's like, shit, my dog.
Exactly, but luckily, my first cat, Sephi, she's my pampered princess, met me at the front door, just sitting there, and the other 2 boys were hiding under my bed. They were scared shitless by the concept of freedom.
It was like, what's that? It's outside. Run! Oh my god, I wish my dog is like that, but he's like, oh, the door's open. Nobody's looking. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, he's gone.
Yeah. Oh no, it'd be a shame if just gone.
Yeah. I was like, oh no, it's not even. It's a shame. It's like, oh no, he's gone. Damn it! But he does come back. Like, lucky for me, my dog is smart enough to realize that we're angry calling him. It's like, Duke! It's like, oh no! Runs back. He has.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, like he has tested my boundaries before, but I don't think cats do that.
I don't think my cats even know their names.
Really?
Really?
I mean, depends on the cats, I'm pretty sure. And your cats are still young, right?
2 of them are about 2 years old, and I think one's a year and a half old now.
Ah, yeah,
something
I remember.
Like that.
Like, you got your cats sort of the same time I got Duke.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he got cats. That's so nice. I wanted to get cat at first, then I realized like you cannot cuddle a cat when you sleep.
Yeah, most cats are not down for that.
Oh yeah, they're like, no, fuck off. It's like personal space, but personal space for me, but not for you.
That is true unless they want food, in which case they will just climb over you multiple times.
It's like, hey, where's the food? It's past 5 minutes.
Wake up, fucker. It's time for food.
I do not care. You have to work to midnight last night, and it's only been 3 hours since you slept.
Mm.
And this keyboard thing is taking away your attention. Put it on me now. Steps on. It's technically safe for the dog, but my dog just like rams me with his nose. He's like, "Hey, pay attention to me." They are adorable.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, I tried to adopt, but unfortunately, it's just kind of like, oh, all of them have PTSD and they're scared of me. He's like, okay, I guess I'll just buy one. So how did you get your cats? It's like, did you bought them as well, or you adopted them?
I stole them from my parents because my parents live out in the country and they have barn cats.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the same barn cat that keeps getting pregnant had the litter. I swiped one. I think one of the offspring from an earlier generation had kittens as well. Took another one. And then a year later, I was just like, hey, more cats. Give me that.
Oh my god. She's a bit horny, isn't she? How old is the cat?
That is an excellent question because I want to say maybe 6, 7 years old.
Crap.
I can't tell how old it is because it just looks like a worn out sad cat. It looks like that cat that you would see in an adoption ad going like, if you give $1, that can help feed 10 cats a day. I'm just like, okay,
God.
Calm it down.
Calm down, lady. Oh my god, I'm imagining it's like one of those so in Gotham, like those kind of like girls, it's like, hey, you want a shack? Like, oh my god, no disrespect to your cat's parent, but still, what the heck? Like 6 years old is like, I think middle age for a cat.
Yeah, I think they get to be about
15,
12, 13 years old. Yeah, up to 15.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's kind of middle age, isn't it? It's like, man, she's enjoying her middle age.
Listen, I have a very active lifestyle.
Oh yeah, she also has like cigarette throats. Like, hey, listen, you listen here, little kid.
Get off my case. I don't know you.
I worked hard in my 20s. Now I get.
There you go.
It's kind of like, oh yeah, it's like, enjoy your life. Why not? Like, what about the kids? The humans would take it. Goodness, like I know cats usually goes for like 3 or 4 per chance. That's what
was that again?
Like 3 or 4 kittens per birth, I think.
I would say like 3 to 6, maybe.
Okay, that's a lot.
But we'll say 4. 4 is probably a more accurate assessment.
Yeah, it's more of a general balance assessment. It's like, like I'm sure, imagine your parents like, oh my gosh, she's pregnant again. It's like, okay, get the call. Who wants a kitten again? It's like, your parents are not the cat lady and the cat old person. It's the one that's giving out and creating cat ladies.
Yes, I'm now becoming the basically the cat lady of my family.
Oh my god! It's like, oh, call the kid. It's like, he's gonna like it. It's like, he already had 3. He's like, he can have more.
Every now and then they do go like, you want another cat? I'm like, no, I'm good.
I mean, 3 cats is a lot. It's like, how did you function with 3 cats? I'm curious, because cats has a lot of, how do you say this, genetic habits that will drive some people insane.
Honestly, my cats are like 3 very distinct personalities, 2 of which are very just mind their own business.
Oh.
My first 2. Sephi is a pampered princess. She'll just vibe out, do her own thing, hop on my lap whenever she wants to. Soupy, or his legal government name is Leo, but Ophi and I call them Soupy because it's named after an artist of ours.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a space cadet. He's a black cat. who has the widest eyes.
Oh,
He gives off mad scaredy cat vibes, so he just, if you get up too quickly, he will run.
is it like? So I'm not sure. Did you watch it? But Jaden Animation had a cat. We also just kind of like that.
Yes, it's very much like Tostada.
Oh, like that sounds very familiar. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yeah, when I watched that video, I'm like, oh my god,
It's-
Jaden, you and I, same. I
Oh.
felt like, what was it, Nux Taku?
oh
who
yeah,
was like,
next Taku.
have a parasocial relationship with a person I've never met. Oh my god, girl, samesies.
Samesies. Like, you look at Soupy. Say, hey, look, you're probably cousin.
I should have made a we got a cat video, but I think Nux finally watched it and did.
Oh yeah. Oh my. Like cats. Like you got. I'm not sure how did people get lucky with some cats? Like you get all the very nice ones. I have seen cats just like jerks.
Oh,
is
yeah,
is this your mug? Push. No. Push. No.
I will say that anytime I do see them doing something, all I have to go is like, hey!
Hi there.
And they'll just look at me and like scrunch down and just stop whatever that they're doing.
Yeah, I do the same thing with my dog. Duke has this like a habit of like, this trash can, it smells foul. I'm gonna take a look. I was like, stop, don't you dare.
How about I just get all up in here? I smell some ketchup or soy sauce. I'm like, I want that.
Oh, it's like the worst part is because I first of all, I'm a lazy person, so sometimes I quote unquote accident, left things out too long, so they molded. It's like, okay, going down, that goes in, and
yes.
he's like, no, don't you dare.
There have been times where I've like done some meal prep and I've left the leftovers out on the stove, going like, I will put those back in the refrigerator later. Pass the fuck out. Wake up the next day, going, oh shit.
Is that I'll do it eventually. They're not giving you the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they're just curious, so I don't blame them. I just have to be better as a pet owner. Also, Duke has a very unfortunate, how do you say this? Unfortunate situation. My mom likes to call him Dookie. as I've been telling everybody. Like, I know it's not exactly the sound, it doesn't mean poop, but it's when you speak it fast enough, it sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ugh. And he's black and just like, damn it. Like, I have a dog and that name sounds like poop. Oh, but his
Poopy.
Yeah, poopy.
Oh, poopy.
Oh, poopy. He's like, ah. But lucky for me, he is a very smart dog and he is very sweet.
Mm.
Yeah. So glad you're doing well. Since I haven't contacted you, I haven't contacted you and Ophi for a long time. I haven't even contacted suddenly name being erased in my head.
VTuber. What kind of VTuber are they?
Dragon buff.
Mathis.
Mathis, there we go. I was like, I can't remember. I know him. God damn it.
He's big. He's buff. Gold.
Gold dragon.
Black.
Oh yes,
brown.
that's him.
He's the thing.
He has very healthy looking skin. His brown's like bronze. Like that's kind of my favorite skin tone personally. It's the sexiest skin tone a man or a woman can get, or non-binary can get. I love that skin tone. It's just personal preference. But anyway, I have ready some random questions. I say random. I grabbed them from online as a prep. And some stuff. I try to research before I get these questions, but it's kind of hard to research someone when you don't know their real name.
That's true.
And Aeolus is a name of a Greek god of wind.
Yes.
I'm like, this is not helping, Aeolus.
Yes, it's also the name of a porn artist that every now and then people will ask me if
Yes.
I'm that person,
Yes, I
and I'm
found
just
it.
like,
I'm like,
I,
Aeolus, what the fuck?
I wish I was that person.
I wish, because that's actually that's quite lucrative if you think about it.
That is true. I actually am following them because I wouldn't mind doing at least one of their safe for work commissions.
I mean, it's like it's off topic again, but a popcorn artists.
There you go.
Let's just call popcorn artists are
There you go.
very good. They're very good because they have to draw the body to a certain degree of any position. They're very
Yes.
good at drawing humans. And
They're very
anime
good
people.
at drawing flexible body anatomy. There you go.
Oh yes, and the abs they draw. It's like, oh my goodness, those abs. Yeah, it's like I like, should I follow? Then I was like, I'll think about it. I was like, eventually, my fear will run away and it will disappear, and I will follow whoever I wish, whomever I wish. Okay, I have some questions. Some of them are VTuber related. Some of them are voice actor related.
Mm-hmm.
So, first, before I ask, this is kind of sort of the first question. Would you say you're voice actor first or VTuber first?
Let's see. I would say probably voice actor first because I have been doing it for... Well, I shouldn't say I've been doing it, but I've been in the community for roughly 15 years.
Ah, very well. So, yes, then voice actor questions first, then. I said,
You're more than welcome to.
So first, it's the most basic one. How did you get to become how did you decide to become a voice actor? It's sort of a niche thing, but every kid's like, oh, that's cool, I want to do that, but it's like eventually they just kind of like lose interest in it. But how did you get to decide it and just keep going for it?
Let's see. I'm trying to remember exactly how I started.
It's like, funny story, I don't remember.
There were a handful of YouTubers who were doing voice acting. Team 4-Star, Little Karibo, the Azure Crow, that were doing either a bridge series or their own fan dubs of scenes from anime that got me interested. I was able to interact with them a little bit to get some information from them to learn about voice acting, and then eventually I just picked up a microphone and started fan dubbing a handful of scenes that I was a big fan of. Gurren Lagann, God, I can't remember what else. I think maybe Bleach or something like that. And yeah, it was terrible. And I will admit, I got a little bullied because of how terrible they were.
I mean,
but
you have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, I got bullied off of a voice acting website. So I was just like,
really?
I don't know. Yes, there was. I don't remember what the website was. It was Voice Acting Alliance or something like that.
Is that kind of gatekeeping by any chance?
A little bit. I think they were probably teenagers as well. So they were just being asshole teenagers, and I was just being a sensitive teenager. So yeah, I think it was 2 or 3 people who every now and then after I would do something, they would just be like, this is shit. I'm just like, okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks. Anything else besides it sucks?
Yeah, any actual constructive criticism that I can learn from this? Yeah, so I did that for a little bit, fell off once I got into high school. I just did some voices during class. Some people in class would be like, hey, you've got a really good voice. You could probably do voice work or radio or something. And I was just like, oh, yes, feed my ego. That's exactly what I need to hear.
I mean, sometimes you do need to feed a little bit of someone's ego to make it work. It's like a jump start. Oh,
absolutely.
It's a jump start, definitely.
If you don't know what the fuck you're doing and then suddenly someone just gives you that confidence boost you didn't know you needed, that can take you for miles.
Oh yes, definitely. It was like I did not know I wanted to be like, well, quote unquote VTuber until someone tells like, I mean, you're not bad. It's like until someone said your English, when you speak English, you sound a lot more interesting or sexy. I'm like, excuse me. But I'm like the sexy part I don't need, but it's like interesting, I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly because it's people surround me speak Mandarin.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like, well, that makes sense because that sounds like very Mandarin, like backhanded comment of just going like, you don't sound that great in Mandarin, but boy, English, you got something going there.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I should have speak Spanish. It's like sexier. Hola. I can't. I need to learn Spanish. I heard it's a lot easy. It's quote unquote a lot easier and sounds more relaxing sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. Spanish is a relatively easy language to pick up. I took like a year and a half of Spanish. Ooh. I barely remember jack shit of it.
Because you didn't use it every day.
Exactly.
Like, if you don't use it, it's like, oh, delete.
Mm-hmm. Like that, and like I took up German, and I say that my German language teacher said that I had like a good German accent. I was just like, listen, you're also teaching French and Italian, and you're peeking at the book every now and then as you teach German. So I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, Europeans. I know one actual besides Nura. We all know her. But I know in person a German classmate back in high school, ESL. His accent, he besides his accents, he does say in Germany they learn multiple languages in Germany. So I assume that's kind of a normal thing. So I assume your instructor is more like, okay, I forgot this, take a look.
Yeah. So yeah, after high school and getting that boost, I kind of floated around a little bit. Once I got my first like real job that was like paying worth a damn, I got myself a Blue Yeti microphone, which by the way is not a good voice acting microphone.
It's not. It will compress. Singing.
Yeah, it will compress the hell out of your voice.
Yes, I am using one right now. Do not fucking use it.
Yeah, so after that, after getting the Blue Yeti, I did a handful of auditions on Casting Call, like Project Casting Call, or whatever the hell that website is.
I used that before a little bit. I got cast as a quote-unquote Soldier A. Never got a reply.
Yes, I was just about to say, anyone who's watching this, just go on X, go on Twitter, go wherever, and look for auditions there, because 90% of what you find on Casting Call is stuff that will like cast you and then go radio silent.
Yeah.
Because they realize they need to understand the logistics of getting in contact with many people and
just give up.
Yeah, doing all that. I was cast in like a small handful of things. One was what was it? It was a 4Kids dub of Hitalia. And I played...
Hitalia is a fun anime.
Yes. I played Russia, which was changed to be Alaska because because it was supposed to be since it's 4Kids, it has to be localized, so it would be like the states of the United States.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's the odd kid because they still speak on Russian.
Yeah, so I did a few other things. I was in a Fallout mod that is actually pretty popular. It's what was it? Atomic Rock Radio or something like that.
Oh, who do you voice? I'm gonna YouTube it very quick.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it for you.
Okay, I was like, I need that.
What's funny is part of the name I went under is still Aeolus.
Not Aeolus, just Aeolus.
Oh, sorry. No, it was Aeolus, but
Uh-huh.
I can't remember what the original username I wanted to be was, but it for some reason wasn't available, so I
Oh.
went with Dark Aeolus.
What?
Yes. Let's see. Atomic Radio, Fallout 4. Oh god, the fact that I'm showing you this.
I will treasure it.
I want to say that this is 10 years old.
10 years old, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of it if it's 10 years old. It's like everybody goes through like practice and everything. Eventually, it becomes a lot better.
Where am I? This one was the PSA version. There it is. Let me send you the link of that specific time.
Okay.
Let's see. Share. Yes, start at that point. Copy and send to June.
Let's see.
There you go.
Ooh. Click this open.
So if you want to, you can show my work.
Which one are you on? Let me see. Which part are you on?
I should have popped you right at where
Okay.
my thing was at 21
Cool.
seconds.
21 minute or 21 seconds?
Oh, sorry, 21 minutes. Like
I was looking at the
seconds.
timeline. It's like 21 seconds. Jeez, that's a short video, aren't we?
Yeah, no, it's a compilation of all the PSAs in there, and I'm one of them.
Okay, I'm going to show it on the background of the TV now, and I'm gonna take away the horrifying logo that I made and play this and see.
There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and Bert the turtle was very
the old music.
He never got hurt. He knew just
Oh, I see a dark Aeolus.
and cover
So you.
and cover. He did what we all must learn to.
God, I forgot how long this cover went.
God, you sound exactly like one of those radio men
Did you see
back
what
in.
Bert the Turtle just did? He ducked, then covered. And while you may not have a shell of your own, you do have protection. Just as Bert's shell safeguards him from the impact of an atomic explosion, so does your desk, provided you duck and cover yourself under it. But how will you know when the bombs strike? Well, one of the signature elements of an atomic explosion is a bright flash, brighter than the sun, brighter than anything you've ever seen. If you stare too long, chances are it'll be the last thing you see too. Just watch what happens to poor Mary here as the radiation melts her eyes. And beside her is Daniel. He managed to turn away, but he didn't realize that the impact from the explosion could break windows and throw your body clear off its feet. As a result, Daniel was sent flying across the room where his body was pierced by the American flag. Meanwhile, Bobby here is safe and secure under his desk. He remembered to duck under his desk and cover his head. As such, the only radiation he'll be exposed to is the touch of Mary's irradiated corpse. But remember, nuclear war can come at any time. It can happen in the schoolyard, on the bus, or even in the restroom. If there is no desk or table available, duck and cover near a wall, a urinal, or someone whose life you value less than your own. When this film is over, discuss how you would duck and cover in various locations, and make sure you practice at least once a day. Doing so may very well save your life.
Duck and cover. Duck.
Okay, that was that
There
was
you
actually very good.
For the time, yes, but like hearing myself then and now, I'm like, I could have done a better job.
He's like the cringe actor.
It's just like, I'm older now. I can do a better voice.
I
than
can
that.
do a lot better now. It's like, what the heck was I thinking? But that was pretty cool. It's like I was like, I can't find anything. It was like, now you have provided me with some information where to find you.
Yeah,
Which
I believe that might be the only thing you can find me under that name, because much like how 90% of the projects that you get on Casting Call that lead to nothing, the ones that you do get will often just be deleted because the creator's just like, oh god, I hate this.
Yeah, I hate this shit. That is fair.
Exactly.
But since we talked about it, would you like to let everybody know how to correctly find at least casting people that want voice actors, even like to look on quote unquote Twitter or X? Any like basic information suggestions you want to give people?
Hold on.
I have a script for this.
Yes, let me read my script. While I do shit on Casting Call, it is a good website for beginners. If you are on Twitter or Blue Sky, one of the groups that I cannot promote enough is No Studio in particular. They go by the handle at NSIP Studio. They usually go around and they will retweet or promote a lot of just small videos or indie games that people are looking for like voice roles for. There's also a handful of voice acting discords that you can go to. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now because I haven't used them in God knows how long. But just go out there, just look around. Another one is the Voice Acting Club. That is one that I used to follow on my old account. They are also pretty good at giving tips and tricks for voice acting. Let's see. If someone is interested in actual tips from a professional voice actor, Steve Bloom does a voiceover sessions for his studio called, I think, Studio Vox. He also posts little tips and tricks on his, I think, YouTube, his TikTok, definitely under Studio Vox, where he can help you do like things that you think are probably like insignificant for voice acting, but can actually help, like pain sounds or like the particular kind of laugh that you should do for voicing a character, things like that.
Got it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will put the link below if I can find them. I'll do my best. If I can't find it, I'll bug Aeolus for it.
Absolutely. Listen, who doesn't want voice acting tips from Spike Spiegel himself?
Yeah, voice acting is acting. It's just you have to be more. You have to be more with your voice. So any tips that can help you is always good. So go get those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty educational. Surprisingly, from a show organized by me. I was like, educational from me? No. But yeah, that was pretty good. I learned stuff from it too. It was like I tried to go around Twitter before I couldn't find much, but now I know where to start. Even though I'm not, I like to be voice acting, but I don't have the training. But I'll work on it.
I have basically no training whatsoever. I've just watched anime and I learn what I can.
I mean, if you self-taught, you have your own technique, so you kind of stand out from most people because the trained ones have their own the train techniques.
That is true, and I have learned like one or two things from random like Tumblr users. I learned one or two tricks from Johnny Youngbosh on a fucking web series that he ran for like actually like a few years, but like no one ever saw it.
I kind of just listen sometimes. I also Pro Z. I forgot.
Oh yes, Pro Z.
Pro Z. Yeah, that was he's said. It's very funny to watch him do skits and have the voice. I'm like, I probably should talk to myself more. That would help.
Yes, that will absolutely help.
Yeah,
just doing random voices. It's also very fun to do like conversations, like two-sided conversations, and you doing both voices because it
Yeah.
also trains that muscle of swapping back and forth.
Oh yes, definitely. It also, by the way, also help if you're a DM in a dungeon master.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
In there, it's like I have to talk to myself multiple times. My lord, there is something outside. Okay, you go handle him. I'll be back.
God, have someone go out and find the missing adventurers.
Right away, my lord.
Why do you sound like that?
I forgot what my voice was before you started talking.
Yeah, I have that too. It's like, wait, what? The player's like, why is his voice different? It's like, I forgot what his voice was.
Why am I speaking to the wimpiest god around?
He's like, where's my other gods? I'm here, sir. Jesus.
I got confused with a shop clerk that the group talked to 5 minutes ago.
It's like, also, that's the goblin voice. Dang it! Yeah, but I do practice a little bit as a dungeon master to sort of torture my players a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But they like it because it's more, the quote-unquote immersive.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Oh, so speaking of like practicing sound and all that, since you also learn 2 different languages, you know, Spanish and German, do you find making accent more easy, or it's actually more different because you actually know the language? It's like, that's not the fucking accent.
I would say yes and no, because just because you can do an accent does not necessarily mean that it's actually a good accent.
That is true.
Because I can suddenly start talking like this, and you would go like, "Well, what exactly is that voice?" I'd be like, "I think it's German,
I
but
think it's
you know,
German.
I believe so." But if I were to talk to my friend Nora Shiny, she might go, "That is not at all like German."
That is not.
And I'll be
cool.
like, well, then it's some sort of Central European accent. Why don't you get off my case?
She probably gives a jab. That's probably Austrian accent.
Oh, well, I would hate to do an Austrian accent. Sorry.
Yes, Austrian. Now we are not we are Austria, but not Austria. We're not the kangaroo people. Yes. Yeah, because Austrian people actually call Austria like just literally say Austria. It's like, is that Austria or Australia?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm confused. But yeah.
Oh, you're not the only person. Every now and then, people. I still remember a girl in my class who confused Austria and Australia.
Oh.
So when we got into the 1940s of Europe and whatnot, they thought the mustache man was from Australia.
Really?
I'm like,
oh no!
what the fuck did you just say? No.
The fuck you just say?
Are you saying the man that did all that, the mustache man himself, came all the way from fucking down under and went to Germany?
And when he demands something, he's just like, bugger that. Or no, wank.
I'm fucking sick and tired of all these fucking inferior races, and we're just like, what?
It's like, what? You what, mate? It's like, I think English and Austrian accents is hardest for me because it's not my first language, but I think it's a lot easier for a native speaker. Is that correct?
Yeah. I would say, yeah, it should be easier for native speakers. Prozed actually did a wonderful video about this where he's just doing an audition and the director is like, can you be more Asian? More Asian. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just like, yeah, ugh. If ever you have a director who is just like, really lean into those fucking stereotypes.
Oh yeah, I remember it's like the card thing is like, what do you want me to do? Put an accent on it? It's like, oh, I remember that. It's like, Fluffy has that too. It's like the Fluffy were trying to voice act in the Cars animation. It's like, more spice. It's like, oh no. I don't know. God, that was like, it's hilarious, but it's also like, I know they try not to be racist, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like, God damn it.
Listen, just listen. You're a side character. No one's really that concerned about your voice, but we would like it to be more on the on that side of things.
Yeah, it's also like, quote unquote, more, it's more, like, what's that word? Stereotypical. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense in some way. I still think it's hilarious because there are a lot of, I know some actors are literally famous because they know how to do bad accents, but it fits the stereotype.
Yes, yes. Like it's always a hard thing of figuring out whether or not there should be an accent and how it should, like, how much the voice is affected by that accent.
How much sauce is
because
putting on this accent?
because if you're doing some sort of animation where they're like in the beating heart of like Shanghai and everyone's just like, hey guys, how's it going? Like, why does he have a Midwestern accent?
It's like worse. It's like, all right, what up, mate? It's like, he's not even using an American accent. What the fuck?
Like in Final Fantasy and whatnot, when they're leaning hard into the fantasy elements.
Ah, yes.
But it's like, it's very clearly Japanese like animation style, but everyone has a British accent, and you're like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Is that everybody's British and like very proper English? Yes.
And then everyone talks like this, but every now and then they have to say a Japanese word like, my goodness, that's the sword, Masamune.
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 Somebody slap that guy. He has butchered the Japanese language.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's like, it's how did you get past the, since I assume you know some Japanese at a very minimum, I assume, but how do you get past like when you voice act and you have to speak like Japanese name in English?
That's a good question, because like when it's just one word, that's fine. Like Johnny Yongbosh, whenever he has to say Bunkai or Getsuga Tensho, it's fine because it's isolated. But like if you had to fucking say a whole fucking phrase or whatnot, like if your activation power is like, Ore wa daria to yatte yageru, you'd be like, how do I say that naturally?
You have to just, fuck it, I just speak Japanese. Because
so yeah, that's always very interesting of like how much spaz do you throw in there?
Because I actually heard Japanese speak English, it is not. It is not.
Oh, yes.
It is not understandable by English speaker if they don't put in effort, because they just speaking Japanese with an accent.
Yeah, so you really just have to go with the pronunciation that feels right to you for the most part, like the one that you can really say. Now, granted, a lot of times when that happens, there might be 2 or 3 different pronunciations that happen between what you say and what other people say, which will always lead to people in the audience just going like, that's not how the other person said it.
Oh yeah, it's like, you said it this way, the other voice actor pronounced it that way. It's like, what is going on? I just go with the Japanese pronunciation. We're all good.
There's the very smooth, like, English pronunciation of just, like, Getsuga Tensho, and then there are some people like, what was it, Kaiser Neko from Team 4-Star, who goes out of his way to pronounce it the Japanese way. Like, anytime he says a Japanese word, he'll be like, it's not kamikaze, it's kamikaze. I'm just like, shut up.
Shut up. I know it's that. I know how to pronounce it. It's for the benefit of English viewers.
La-di-da, you've gone to Japan. You've gone on Japanese trips a handful of times. Good for you.
I haven't been to Japan since elementary. I actually take Japanese class in college. I'm like, God damn it. But but it is also because I believe, quote unquote, my tongue is trained more, be able to speak Japanese slightly more easier because it's closer to Mandarin accent, a little bit at least.
I not knowing that much Mandarin myself, but like having watched plenty of media that features it, I would agree that Japanese is like a close-knit language that would be easy to understand for you.
Yeah.
Like because I've been watching anime for the majority of my life now.
You mean you're still watching? Right? I'm pretty sure I'm still watching it too.
Yes, I'm watching it right now. I'm watching anime characters.
It's like two anime characters talking.
Yeah, I understand like 30% of what's being said, and if I don't, I can get like the idea of what the conversation is.
You understand part of it, and you kind of just get the grasp of the big idea overall, which is good enough.
But Ophelia Spectre, my partner, is Vietnamese, and whenever they speak it or whenever their mother speaks it, I fucking pick up nothing. That is a language I don't think my brain will ever will ever click for me. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But like the fact that I've picked up like a handful of like languages and absolutely nothing clicks in the same way as Vietnamese. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Vietnamese is mimicable by Cantonese. Oh, they it's the tone and the pronunciation. You can just say, okay, that's Vietnamese-ish, I think.
It's very interesting. We're going to have a little history lesson in language that the majority of European languages, Italian, French, German, Russian, like a good handful of them are all Saxon based. They're all from the Anglo-Saxon, like Germanic language.
Yeah, English is a mixed pot. It's worse.
Yeah, that's why so many languages like French, Italian, Spanish, all of those, they will have like parent words, like words that feature in almost all of those languages, so you can kind of get a grasp on it. But fucking Vietnamese, I'm just like,
there's nothing.
It is very much like the difference between a regular PC computer and Linux, of just like, how do we make this work?
It's like, okay, we're both human, but what comes out of your mouth, I do not understand.
You're clearly operating off of a different format, and I don't have the right adapter to make this work.
Yeah, it's like, also, Ophi, you lied to me. You say you don't speak Vietnamese.
They don't. They every now and then their mother will call and they will have conversations in Vietnamese. I've sat in on a few of those conversations, and it's very much broken Vietnamamese with English peppered in, because even though they keep on using the excuse that English wasn't their first language, they are very rusty with Vietnamese.
Yeah, I'm rusty with so there's so you know, quote unquote, the overall Chinese language. Mandarin is just the official one they can made up.
Yes.
There's a lot of southern in the south. There's a lot more the branch of Chinese, like Cantonese and all that. My quote unquote technically first language, supposed to be a branch of the Cantonese, and I'm so rusty. My mom's like, the fuck you just say? She's like, oh no, I need to speak with you with this more, because we're losing the generation gap is getting so big.
Oh.
Yeah, our family speaks a sort of a branch of Cantonese that is more different than the regular Cantonese a bit, and it's also so the reason is because southern China is full of mountains, so everybody has their own little
yes, very broken up.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh boy.
It's kind of like the Kansei dialect in Japan, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
actual like
The
people from Tokyo, where it's
the
like, what the
Kanto-
fuck are you saying?
And the Kanto,
The-
and there's the Kyushus, like
there, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they like to laugh at the Western accent, but they laugh at each other's accent all the time. It's like,
Hmm.
but I think we're more used to the Kanto, which is the Tokyo accent, more, I believe, in anime.
Yeah.
Because every time there's one from the West, is always from Osaka, and their name is always Osaka. So you can tell that's a different accent. No shit.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's always one of the weirdest things when anime will introduce country people in Japan. So they have to figure out, like, so do we do a country accent? Do we have them be like, well, howdy, y'all. I'm from Osaka.
It's like, what?
What was it, like the country accent that Girl DM does, like konnichiwa minasan, genki desu ka?
It's like, why do you have an English accent on Japanese? It's hilarious. But I was like, why?
Exactly.
Oh my god. Speaking of like Japanese and American, it's like that like me and my friend keeps talking about, don't be the Americans you are, be the Japanese American they believe you are. Like, 6 feet tall, blonde, blue eyes, muscle, and very kind. We're just making fun of the idea because for Japanese, the American, like a lot of Americans in anime, it's like blonde for some reason, even though
yes,
it's like the blonde population in the US is like very small. I think it's smaller than the gingers.
They very much look like what the mustache man ranted about to the Japanese of, like, they will have blonde hair and blue eyes and they will be 6 feet tall and they will be so muscular. And Japan like never encountered an actual like American and whatnot, so they're just like, I think it's what that guy said.
It's like I was also thinking like when the funny mustache guy explaining it to Japanese and looking at him, it's like he looks nothing like what he described.
You're the leader of the super people and you don't look like that?
Yeah, it's like,
that's sus.
That is very sus, but we will believe you because you have black hair, and black hair is the good hair.
And you're roughly our size.
Yes.
And you grow facial hair about as well as we can, so you just don't quite look as right. We'll say you're one of us.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
We'll believe you. Sure.
Yeah. It's always so weird to see any sort of American in anime, because it will either be a businessman who has blonde hair, who has like the broadest, most chiseled face, or it will be a black guy saying fuck a lot.
Oh,
and I'm just
yeah.
like, I don't know how I feel about these depictions.
And the curse are never accurately pronounced too. It's Japanese accent English.
Yeah. Hey y'all, what good motherfucker? And we'll be like, huh?
What? It's like the blonde guy basically the blonde guy is just Travis Villingham with blonde hair and blue eyes, basically.
Yes. Roy Mustang, the everyman.
Oh yes. Oh my god! It's like you just kind of read into the culture of a nation by how they see other people sometimes.
Hello, I am American man.
I'm American man. You're not blonde. You're lying.
I am here to do American business in this great place of Japan. And everyone's like, Nani?
Nani? Nanda? Gaijin? Gaijin desu. Oh my god. Now they change it to Gaikokujin. Well, it changed it for a while, but it's slightly more polite in a way. It's
fucking
just
foreigner?
Yeah, it's just like the Cantonese guaylo. We changed it to guaygo again. It's like, it's the same thing. Literally, it's literally the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Listen, just call me Whitey. It's fine.
It's like, just call me Cracker, man.
Like anytime I hear someone say gringo, I'm just like, I get it, I'm here, yes. I acknowledge I'm here.
Oh my god. It's so weird. It's like every time it's just like you go around when there's a white person and it's tall, everybody especially in Asia, everyone's like, oh my god.
It is honestly fascinating watch as like the the Japanese population just kind of mill around and kind of encircle a very distinctly American person.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh,
It's so tall. It's like I know Japan is a modern society, but you have no idea how few people actually travel outside of the place they live.
Well, it didn't help the fact that they kind of stopped being an isolation-based country like fucking a century ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's like before war. It's like before the big two wars. They're like, oh yes, we're good to ourselves. Then Americans like opened their country, or we'll shoot you.
Yeah, they're fucking used to. Like back in the Edo period and shit like that, they were used to seeing like one, maybe two white people if if their boss was like in charge of like shipping for
and
stuff like that.
As a joke, my friends always like to take is like, it's just give it a jab to people that have red hair. All the people they say saw are Dutch and they're red hair. They see gingers only. They never see blondes before. But no, yeah. Most of them see never saw a foreigner like their whole life. So it's kind of like interesting. Even modern days, if you stand out enough and you are definitely not Asian looking, you are sort of an exhibit in a way.
Everyone will admire you, but no one will accept you.
Yes,
oh, no.
yes.
No gaijin at this bar. No. And be like,
no.
I speak Japanese.
Yeah.
No.
Sumimasen, sorry. It's like, god damn it. It's like the weird politeness kind of freaks me out a bit too sometimes.
That is always the weirdest thing of just like, listen, I am being intolerant to you, but I'm being very polite of it.
Yes.
I want no trouble. I'm sorry. No. Please, no.
Please, no. You just see it's like worse when they're just like, no English, no. It just walks away and constantly saying and just disappears into the corner. Like anywhere outside of Tokyo, even in Tokyo, people kind of just don't try to speak English if they can.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm trying to imagine, the anime studios trying to work with people here that dubs anime.
Oh yes, I've always been curious about that.
Yeah, it's like, how do they like the meeting would be so awkward.
No, just imagine back in the 90s before we had Skype and fucking Zoom and all this shit. Like, how are you having this conversation? Is someone staying up until like fucking midnight just so they can call the studio in Japan and just be like, listen, I need to understand what this phrase means because our translators aren't getting it, and like you have like 3 or 4 different attack names. We don't know whether or not we should use this translation or just stick with the Japanese phrase.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh my god, it's so like because dub has to come out as fast as possible or else they'll lose steam of it.
Yes.
The biggest so far, let me think. The biggest problem I have with dub is the example I can bring out with just straight out translation is do you know the anime Overlord?
Yes, I do.
Do you know Kokaitis with the long sword, right?
Yes, I am familiar with that.
The Japanese name is very cool, Zanshin Toho. It's like, yes, but if you translate it, it's like, god, that is awful.
Like, what the hell was it? Let me
God slaying Emperor Blade. I'm like,
well, I'm going back to like Bleach, where Ichigo carries around Zangetsu, which means slain moon. So like just imagine him always saying like, "This is my sword, slain moon."
God, it was just like, it's cringe, but it's but you understand it because you you try to like try to be considerate, because first they just translate it fast, second they have to translate that in English that does not sound like some kind of trash translation.
Oh yes, yes.
It's hilarious. I do have to applaud all the voice actors that are giving the 100% of their acting ability to make the character alive for us. Like, I personally hate, well, not hate, I don't enjoy the Mandarin dubs. Even like if you put Japanese, English, and Mandarin dub in front of me, I will choose Japanese first, English second, then Mandarin. But if there's an option to delete the Mandarin, I would choose delete Mandarin somehow. I don't know why. It is more cringe than I can imagine. I don't know why. It's my own language, but I feel cringe.
I feel cringe in my own skin.
Yeah. So there's a reason. I think it was, so we have classes. The problem is when you this is gonna be a long story I'm gonna tell, so I'm gonna
Oh, you're fine.
I'm gonna steal the spotlight a little bit. Mandarin speaking. So you imagine like when we speak, we kind of speak like the British. We kind of just like slur the words, so when things goes over, we don't pronounce it fully. But when you take voice acting class, you must pronounce every single word and sound. So imagine the cringe you hear it when they're acting something out, but it's so, pronouncing it so seriously, you just like, God, I hate myself knowing this language.
Yes.
It's a good tradition to pronounce everything correctly. Yes, for commercials and information, yes. But if it's anime, I personally think anime should be voice acting should be closer to actually speaking than, pronounce perfect. That's my thought.
Yes.
But I understand, because some people slur words like blah, 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 blah. What the fuck? Yeah, so that's kind of my thought. But I still respect them because they have given them their all, and they went through all the classes just to become a voice actor. Yeah.
That is another interesting thing of like, how exactly should I voice this character? They're like a rough and tumble character, but they kind of talk slow. They're not all that interested in what's going on. So should I have a bit of a slur, like, what's all this thing?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah. How did you as a experienced voice actor, I believe you are. How did you decide?
If you say so.
I mean, 15 years is a lot better than 4, which I am. and I'm 4. It's mostly just me practicing. How did you decide, if you're given sort of a general idea, like this character's personality and everything, and they just say, "Oh, just go with what you feel like, then we'll decide." How did you decide the first thing to, like, how did you the voice of this character?
That is an excellent question. A lot of people, a lot of voice actors for like video games and whatnot, they will at least be given like a rough concept of what the character will look like, maybe some personality traits of how the character acts, and you can go off of that. Sometimes you get nothing. Like recently I worked on an audio drama where I was literally just given a small description of the character, not even like a physical description, just like he's a really like weaselly sort of guy, and like he's always like grasping for power. So like, okay, I'll give him a voice like this, like, hey boss, what's the matter? What's going on here? Huh? And yeah, so it's very much just you throw whatever you can at the wall until you see what
Until it
sticks.
sticks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall.
It's like, we'll see which meatball is the one that sticks, and that's the meatball of the choice.
Yeah, it's always of like, okay, should I go high in the nasally portions? Should I
talk fast? Is this what I do? Am I a little bit gravelly? What's going on here? Huh?
or
Yes.
just you come up with like 3 or 4 different voices in your head. If it's simply just a recorded audition, you do those multiple takes, send them off. If it's a live audition, which in my personal opinion, the best kind, because
Oh.
you can actually get feedback.
Okay.
It will like in the case of that character that I was doing for the audio drama, the director said I basically nailed it in one, and I was just like, awesome, that's what I fucking want to hear. One and done take, baby.
The easiest one is like, okay, I just need to remember that voice 2 months later.
Oh yes, yes.
He's like, because the worst thing I think is that you forgot the character's voice. Is like, okay, reloading, memory not found. What the fuck do you mean memory not found?
That is why. Here's a little tip and trick for you. It's good to have. We'll use sleeper cell terms to have an activation phrase, if you will.
Oh
to,
yeah.
to basically get the tone of the voice.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was it?
Like, slimy. Yes, master. What can I get for you?
Yes. What the hell was it? If ever I'm doing like a Russian accent, like every now and then I will say, what the hell was it?
In Mother Russia, game.
He was like
industry.
like indestructible or some shit like that.
Oh, so to get you back into the mode.
Yeah.
And if we know a Russian, like that doesn't sound like Russian.
yeah. It's just various phrases. There was one that I had for. God, what was it? Oh, anytime that I do like a really gruff, sort of like darker character, mine's more of a laugh to where I hit that laugh and then I can immediately go into that voice because my voice is just set like a spring.
Oh.
So let me give you an example of it.
Okay. I was gonna say, can you do that?
I have no idea how this will sound on the microphone. Like, I don't know if it will like blow it out or anything, but it's like.
Yes, what is thy bidding, my master?
Oh, that was cool. That was very cool. So doing these kind of gruff voices, does that hurt your throat, or you have a different way to make that sound? The technique?
That particular one is rather rough on my voice, so I can. That would have to be like, okay, if I'm doing like, if I have to do like multiple voices in a session, let's do those softer ones first, and let's try to.
That's what I heard. Like, the guy that voiced Shepard in Mass Effect also voices those like the little.
Yes, the Vorcha.
Yeah,
yes.
Vorcha. So he has to do those last, so he doesn't blow up his voice.
I find it hilarious that Mark Meer, the voice of Commander Shepard, does the Vorcha. He does some of the what is it? The little mole people. Like he's all throughout. Mass Effect.
He has a lot of vocal cords. Like, oh my god, he's so talented.
Oh yes. He was honestly one of the first voice actors I started following.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I loved his Shepard voice already, but then I noticed he's doing the voice. It's like, oh my god, that was so good. And the other guy that voices all the clone troopers in Clone Wars.
Was it D. Bradley Baker?
Yeah, I think that's his name. I need to Google it just in case.
We're both Googling it.
Yes, Googling it now.
I always go, like, is it D or B Bradley Baker? These are
very different
DBD.
Situation. DBD, yes. Yes. He's like, he has to voice so many different personality with the same voice. That is very good, I have to say.
That is, I feel like that's another case of you having to have like trigger words to be able
Mhm.
to pick out which voice you're doing.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
D. Bradley Baker doing the clone voices. Oh, give the man all the roses.
Oh,
if he can
yes.
actually differentiate
You
and
can
give each
tell
one
the
different
difference. Like,
personalities.
even though they look the same, you can tell by voice like who's that and who's that, because like just the slight
Mhm.
difference is like, oh my god, so good.
If I'm gonna take a shot at D. Bradley Baker here, I will say there is one voice among the clones that I thought was so fucking weird. I don't remember the name of the clone. I think it was like part of Domino Squadron, where one of them was just like Scottish. I'm just like, why the fuck is he Scottish? It's not a bad Scottish accent, but I'm like, motherfucker, the rest of you are not quite New Zealand. You're like you're all kind of Kiwi, and then there's one Scot.
Scottish, like that gene defect is very weird. some clone, like some lab, just like, look at this is gonna be funny. Scottish accent.
They thought he was gonna be part of the Bad Batch. He's like, oh, his defect is just his voice.
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah, but
And-
it's just like what's it called? New Zealand. I just remember Kiwi. New Zealand, Scottish. Excuse me.
Yes.
Uh,
And another thing about D. Bradley Baker is like just how fucking long he's been in the industry, and I honestly don't feel like there's ever been like a repeat performance from him of just like these two characters just sound the same.
but it's just like you kind of like because even the Japanese voice actors in American so far I only have experience with Japanese and quote unquote American, well, English voice actors. They are like not human level of good sometimes.
Oh, honestly, yeah.
It's like they sound so different. It's like how? It's like how did you do that? And how do you still have a voice?
It is pretty crazy. Like, listening to Sean Schemmel anytime he fucking powers up as Goku is fucking crazy. Like, I'm fairly certain there's like once or twice in either the anime or the movies, like where you hear his voice fracture and he just keeps on powering through. I'm like, God damn.
I'm into this. You can't stop me.
Yeah, I think it was Battle of the Gods, like the first like Dragon Ball Super movie, where he's like, ah, I will not let you destroy my world. Oh my god, dude, you've been doing this for like 20 years and you can still pull that off?
Yeah, I was like, how? And also, by the way, you might cut off because
I fucking knew it would. I fucking knew.
Oh god.
That Discord does not like me when I play rough.
Yeah, it's like Discord's like, nope, cutting it off. It's like, god
Yeah, he's
damn
like,
it.
no.
No, calm down.
I don't care if this is a voice acting podcast. We're
doing it. We're cutting it off.
I will say that Discord has burned me from that
audio,
before.
From trying to get a cast.
Yes, because no, not from game cast, but just like voice acting while streaming. Because like I've done like a handful of collabs with Ophelia where we've done some voice acting, and like I'm giving it my fucking A game here. I'm like, I'm really going for it, and Discord is like, you be quiet now. You be quiet.
It's like,
and I'll go back to like my end of the collab and just be like, okay, how did I sound on this? And like I either had like some sort of like voice mod going on to like give it some extra oomph, or my limiters were not playing ball. I'm like, fuck, I don't have anything.
Yeah, it's like Discord just have a voice actor bias.
Like if you want to work with Discord on that, you got to turn off like all suppression and whatnot, and then you hear everything in the background.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's just
I hate it.
horrible. I hated that. I hate it so much. Yeah, it's just like, but whatever, because it is the easiest way to communicate for a collab.
Yes.
We are not going back to Skype. Fuck that shit.
Honestly, who knows? I might have to go back to Skype and just be like, how's the audio settings for that? Will it cut me off? From now on, I'm doing all of my auditions on Skype. No, I'm doing it all on Bumble.
Oh no, I'm doing bad on SMS. It's like that thing is dead. I'm doing an MSN. That thing is dead, bro.
I'm doing it on TeamSpeak. Who still uses that?
It's like I think only companies use that.
2 old men playing like the old Battlefield games and me trying to get an audition.
It's like you do not need to worry about Skype cutting you off. You just have to worry about the connection of Skype.
Yes. I'm right in the middle of a big monologue and all of a sudden it's like boom,
God damn it!
boom, 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 boom. Hello? Hello?
Oh god, it's like there's no perfect solution, unfortunately.
Honestly, I will tell you something. I actually did a whole fucking monologue during a session, and Discord dropped the person, and I did not realize it.
Oh,
they
no.
hopped back in during the tail end of the monologue, and they're like, that sounded really good, the parts that I heard, but I did drop out. Could you just like stop recording for a moment and send me that bit that you just recorded? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, always record.
Yeah, sometimes I just get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, it is good because you're focusing on it. It's important to put everything you have on it, because if you're distracted, it's like, oh, a butterfly. Yeah, I got distracted easily because ADHD and all that. It's worse because if I'm trying to read a script, I have freaking dyslexia. I'm freaking dyslexic. I'm like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
I need Google to read it for me first, so I can kind of like have it in my mind and just like figured it out.
Oh, and I absolutely blow up the script on my screen to be like probably like 200% bigger, just that way I can easily see it and not have to like do a double take. Like,
Oh
what
yeah,
did
yeah.
that say?
The script the script needs to be big enough to read for sure, because like I don't know how those have you saw a Japanese voice act record before?
I don't recall. I have seen some, but I don't remember how they're set up.
So it's I'm not sure it's always like this, but the one I saw was basically all of them in the sound booth, and they're holding their scripts, the paper scripts.
Oh, yes,
and they
yes.
step forward and read it, then they have to flip it so quietly so the mic doesn't take it. I'm like, why the fuck don't just give them the iPads?
Well, that is how we used to do it, and there are plenty of studios that still will go with the group recording to make it sound more natural.
Yeah, it's like because you can feel the person's energy, so you can kind of give it instant feedback instead of just like, you record this, okay, you listen to his record and react.
Oh, I always fucking hate that, because it's just like I will hear the voice and then you'll hear like those 3 fucking beeps to indicate like, okay,
your turn.
Thing's coming up. Beep, beep, beep. Start talking. I'm like,
God damn it! I'm not ready for this shit.
I was listening to what they said, but the moment it started beeping, my mind went blank.
Yeah, I'm still processing their line.
That's why the audio dramas that I've done recently, they have been live recorded, so we're all in the Discord call, and it is always satisfying when after you're done, like once you hit stop recording, the other actors or actresses gush to each other, going like, holy shit, that was fucking amazing. I'm like, thank you, you were great too when you did that thing. And it's so much better than being in a sterile sound booth and
it's like you're alone and sad.
Yes, the only feedback you have is the fucking director or the sound editor. Just
a little bit more sauce, a little bit more spice.
Well, they're just at the soundboard. Either they're looking at you or they're looking down, and they're just listening to the feedback, and you're just like, anything, and then they'll just give like a thumbs up, or they'll turn on the mic, going like, that was good.
Yeah, I was like,
thanks.
I kind of hate that because it kind of I know it's just the progress of recording, but it kind of dehumanized the voice actor a bit.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, all we got is the fucking voice. We got nothing else to go.
Yeah, and it's like, and how do you say this? It's hard. You can adjust to a live one a lot easier than a pre-recorded one. I think if the feeling
yeah.
of it in general.
Mm-hmm. Instead of like sending off a line and they're like, "Can you say it more like that?" And you're like, "Okay, fine. Hold on. Let me pull up what I initially did and then try to replicate that and give it 10% more oomph."
The oomph is there.
Then you send that off and they're like, that's not exactly what we're looking for. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, frick, man. Yeah, it happens, but the industry is evolving. I hope.
Honestly, with COVID, it is really leaning towards like adapting and growing for the better, seeing how much remote recording sessions there are now, where as long as you have the setup to record at your own place, then as long as you have the equipment to stream it to the studio or whoever it is, that's a godsend. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely. That is a godsend indeed.
Because if I could fucking potentially audition and or record for a role that is happening in like Texas or Los Angeles, that would be fucking amazing. I'm just like, I'm still here in the middle of nowhere, but I'm part of this big thing.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of difficult to travel, like when you're not like being paid well enough to travel, because like you're getting paid for this, but it's not even enough for the ticket. It's like, god damn it. Yeah, it's always preferred to have something nice about working home. Like I wish I can work from home all the time, but
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna get anything done, bitch. I don't get anything done there.
It's like I don't get anything done there anyway, and have to spend money to travel.
I always find it so funny because when COVID happened and Ophi had to work from home, they got their work done so much faster than in the office because they didn't have to be bothered. But still, the higher ups were like, "You have to come in on like at least 2 days, so we know that you're doing work." And also, we just feel like you have the opportunity to slack off, so like you're probably gonna take it. It's like, no, bitch. I'm fucking doing the work.
Yeah, I was like, they're doing the work. What do you mean?
You have the ability to see like my work progress. If I'm getting nothing done, you will know.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I hate this. I hate people like that so much. Like they got shit done, right? And is within the time limit. Like I'm gonna slack off regardless if I want to. If I want to slack off in the office, it's just an extra step because I need to go to the office.
Exactly. I'm still gonna have a YouTube video up in the corner while I'm doing work.
Yeah, it's gonna be like if I'm gonna slack off listening to YouTube, it's gonna be behind my working page anyway. You can't stop me. Yeah.
And I will share this because I know you'll fucking find this funny. One of my coworkers actually has a live up-to-date war updates on Helldivers 2. I walked by his computer and like on one of his monitors, he just had the live feed of all the different planets on Helldivers 2. I'm like, motherfucker, really?
Motherfucker.
I mean, for democracy, but still.
For managed democracy, but what the fuck? Even I only put it on my phone. Like I peeked it once in a while. That was pretty funny. I have to be honest. Like he's devoted. That Helldiver is devoted.
Exactly.
Like, fuck this job. I'm enlisting.
Exactly.
Okay. The time is an hour and a half. So let's jump into the other stuff.
You're fine.
I'm just gonna skip the VTuber questions.
You can ask whatever you want. It's fine.
Okay. Oh, we got S in the chat. Hey, S. I'm just gonna skip the VTuber thing. You'll come back next time. I have VTuber questions next time.
There we go.
We'll book another session. I'm milking this. Okay, let me set it up so you can see the questions and people can see the questions as well. Give me a second. First of all, boop. And boop. It's made by me, yes. And it's gonna. Oh no, it's gonna shrink you. Oh no. Oh no.
Ah!
Okay, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Can you see this now?
Hold on, let me, there we go. Let me bring Discord over to this other screen so I'm looking at you in the screen.
Yeah, the setup is not perfect. I apologize.
Oh, you're fine, you're fine.
So, a Hangout Show quiz made by me before the show start, like 10 minutes before the show start. Okay, so, first, which one is the capital of Thailand? A. Bangkok. B. Bangkok. C. Bang. D. Bangkok.
Well, I really want to say C, but I know it's B.
Bang
bang!
Bang bang! I stole this from a video. I was like, literally, there's an option I didn't put on there. It's just bang penis and bang dick. I'm like, what? That was good, but what the fuck? It's not. That's not allowed to question. We have the second question. Who is the English voice actor of Garla?
I will point out that your quiz is a little oversized on the TV.
Oh no! Give me a second.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Oh yes, because I fucking shrink it. My bad. Give me a second. My bad. Can I edit this? Oh no. Oh no, it's fine. First, Liam O'Brien. I'll fix it next time. Second,
listen,
Akira...
I'm just gonna say it right now. It's Liam O'Brien, the absolute goat, the voice
he is.
of Gara of the Sand, fucking
Illidan.
Illidan,
You are not.
Cut Wagner of X-Men, Vaxeldan from Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh yes, I just finished the season.
Mm-hmm. And my personal favorite, I would say, Ajira from Azara's Wrath. That motherfucker goes off on that one.
Oh yes, he is the goat. I love him so much.
That was honestly his like Dragon Ball Z initiation of just constant screaming.
Yeah, I love him. So next one, it's cut off again, but whatever. It's scuffed. We're scuffing it to the end. What is
we've been scuffed.
Okay, as a voice actor, you kind of need to know this a little bit. It's a role player as well. What is the correct way to address the king or queen of England in the modern day? In the modern day, it's important. It's different between the modern days and the past. So you have A, Your Grace, B, Your Majesty, C, Your Highness, D, Your Excellency.
Your Grace, Your Majesty, Your Highness, Your Excellency. I want to say D.
D is incorrect, unfortunately. D, Your Excellency, is for high officials like ambassadors. The correct answer is B, Your Majesty, by modern-day English courtesy to address the king or queen. So I would give you Your Grace used to be the way in England. Now is for high rank nobilities like Duke, Marquis, and the Bishop.
Yes, the Marquis. We're all big fans of the Marquis.
Yeah, sure. I believe Marquis is the highest rank you can get if you're not related to the royal family.
I believe so. Yes.
Yes. And Your Highness is for the princess or any other royal family member that has not been, quote unquote, demoted yet. Yes, that's these are the one. And the last one is a little bit interesting. Can you give me the opposite of all these words?
Fuck you. Fuck you. I clued in immediately. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
I'm not gonna play it because it's gonna DMCA my stream. But yeah, it's a thing I stole again on YouTube.
I found it very funny that someone made a post. What was it, like 2-3 weeks ago, saying that for some reason the "Never Gonna Give You Up" music video
Mhm.
on YouTube got copyright struck and was taken down.
Oh, that one I
they-
remember.
And it had the video link and everything, and everyone just fucking clicked on it, going, "What do you mean?"
There's like, no,
Fuck.
strangers to love. He's like, God damn it!
Luckily, I never clicked on it, but I'm just like, ooh, that's dirty, you motherfucker.
I watched a VOD of Cottontail Bunny did it to Affiliate. Affiliate
Oh,
Google it, and she got. I was like, oh no, she got her. We have the final sort of quote unquote final thing is try not to laugh challenge. I have went around and asked people about what you like. The problem is it's kind of hard to get those, so I will to edit the video together without issue. So this time I'm just gonna grab a short try not to laugh video and see if it works.
All right, let me get a sip of water real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, I will never laugh. Never.
Oh no, I'm accidentally minimizing for a second. You disappear for a second. This is the one, and I'm gonna turn on the audio so the viewers can hear it as well, and we shall begin. So if you lose, nothing happens because we're not that rich to. If you lose, you give sub, or if you win, I give something yet. So let us begin.
2, 1.
They claim to be the easy version, so we're both gonna be fine with this. I
Oh,
assume.
that's unfortunate. He's good. Everything's fine.
Yep. Ah, yes. Swans. Assholes.
The snake birds.
Yes, the snake birds.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna.
That is quite humorous.
That
Was
is
that
humorous.
easy for you?
The music
Okay.
was pretty well edited.
Now it's time for the hard difficulty.
Mhm.
But before, only 6%
Oh, you're going
of the
straight to
fast
hard?
peoples
You're
can
not
like
going
the
to go
video
to medium?
and comment LOL before the hard level starts.
Nah.
In 3, 2,
Lol.
Lol.
1.
Well, that's just mean.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, yo, fucking
Whoa.
throat goat here.
don't drink so much.
I got him.
I caught one.
At least you got the ball.
Yeah, it makes sense. Oh no. I would be freaking out too if it's actually if I think
That's
it's
fair.
a
Yeah.
real snake.
If it is still stuck on me, I'd be like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I will take my pants off. I'll do it right now.
He was like, fuck that shit. As long as I don't get bite.
Well, guys, the challenge is now finished. Did you laugh while watching this video?
No.
Tell me
I'm
in the
sorry,
comments.
Well, unfortunately, we are
I'm
on
sorry, Zalura.
we are on the stone cold mode.
I've never laughed a day in my life. And if you've heard otherwise, that is just a speech impediment I have.
Anyway.
That was me acting.
That was me acting. Don't worry. I'm gonna stop this. There we go. I don't need to shrink you to stop the sharing. Good grief. But yeah, I greatly appreciate the time you're here. I really enjoy it. Hope you have fun as well.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll book another session eventually, because my work, unfortunately, decided it's peak season and we might need to get very busy.
Oh, you love to see that.
Yeah, I really wish I can have another job. That is something I enjoy at least. But yeah, next week we'll have Minra Starlight on.
Ooh.
Yes, Minnie's gonna be here next week, and after that, I actually got Nura.
Nice.
I actually got the German girl. Yay! It's like time zone differences.
Hopefully she will be wearing something work appropriate for this.
Oh, I hope so too. But whatever she likes, if she gets me banned, I'm just like, you know what? I'll just get another account.
If need be, we'll just pan the camera up a little bit or cover her with the table.
I'll just raise up the table high enough. you can't do anything here. But anyway, I appreciate your time, Aeolus, and I will also, by the way, there's usually at the end there's a sponsor session, but nothing's sponsored me yet, and usually I'd say the sponsor today is our subscribers, but I do not have any subscribers, so subscribe, become a sponsored, and I will have your name on the end of the show, just because.
Damn it, we don't have a grand sponsor des o Krishimas.
Yeah, I actually have that recorded as well. As like, god dang it! I was like, why do I have this in the first place? I don't have sponsor anyway.
It's always funny when you find some sort of asset that you set up like a month or two ago. You're like, what is this? Where did this come from?
Yeah, I was like, what is this? Why do I have this? I don't even have sponsors. But anyway, this is the Hangout Show. Thank you, everybody. We will be back next week, same time, quote unquote, because I'm late. I'm late 30 minutes this way.
Listen, we had technical difficulties. VTube Studio was not cool.
Yeah, it's scuff. It's part of being a VTuber. It's part of being a VTuber. It's scuff. Like the scuff queen herself exists. There's nothing we can do about it.
Listen, my model's just too thick to get through the pipes.
Yeah, it's like we're trying to jam the model through. It doesn't work. Again, thank you very much. Have a good night and have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye-bye. It's like all those talk shows where like the mic's cut and they slowly like pan away, but you see they're still talking. I'd like to think every time